So here we have John Nochi, baseball coach and high school physical education teacher at John W. North High School. So John, tell us about yourself. Where'd you go to school?
Went to high school. I'm originally from Northern California.
Okay.
Went to high school at Sequoia High School, and then was in athletics there, football, baseball, and ended up going to at a high school. Went to Sacramento City College for 2 years to play baseball, and was fortunate enough to do well enough, I guess, both academically and on the field to go to University of Miami, where I majored in kinesiology, and played 2 years there, and went to school for 2 years there, and then moved to Southern California not too long after that, and actually got all my upper division stuff done from CBU, and then did my student teaching and through National and my credential, and finished up there at National, and ended up here at North High School.
Okay. So how would you say physical education has impacted you?
Well, one, I think obviously I've come from a family that has been in education. My dad was a teacher for 42 years. My mom was in the school district as an aide and a kindergarten teacher. I've got 4 brothers and 2 others, which one is now retired from teaching, both physical education, PE classes, and then I have a younger brother that teaches right now at the middle school level. So, being involved obviously in athletics and being, involved after athletics as a coach, kind of led me to this field. I obviously being involved in baseball prepares you, I think, for physical education, and the kinesiology program really helps out.
Okay. Nice. I have some questions for you. Hopefully you can answer these to your best effort. Everything's pretty much about physical education and kinesiology, because the whole interview, what this interview is about, is going to be to help me get comfortable and understand what I'm going to get myself into, because I myself want to be a PE teacher as well.
Okay.
So I just need to see if you can answer these questions. So the first questions are, what types of training and job experiences led you to your current position?
Obviously, I think, like I stated kind of before, being involved in athletics and being around sports definitely helps out. Also, what helps out is I was involved in a lot of camps, a lot of summer camps, winter camps, being involved with all age groups, 5 through 12-year-olds mostly, and organizing them and drilling them and going through all the camp stuff and organization. So a lot of that helps you with classroom management, which is probably one of the biggest things in PE, is being able to have your class sitting on their numbers, standing on their numbers, while you're doing something where they're not scattered all over the place. And being involved in that real type of work and type of the schooling that both University of Miami and the classes that they help prepare you, and then obviously at CBU that helps prepare. But I think the big thing was my experience with athletics and with baseball, and how structured that is, and how the commitment you need to make, and all that stuff combined kind of helps prepare you for physical education.
So you would say not just saying baseball, but any sport really impacts?
Absolutely. I think, again, I played football, baseball. There are a lot of people that I know, colleagues of mine now, people that I've played against and even that played other sports. I think just that being involved in athletics in any capacity leads you, I think, in that right direction because you understand what it is to have the classroom management and have control and because you've been structured for so many times. You need to be here at this time. You need to do this. And like I said, I think just the calisthenics part of it, being in shape, is huge. I think kids nowadays, they're not in the best of shape.
Yeah.
And I think having a good role model, somebody that is in shape and that is in a profession that they do exercises and they do the running with them and they do participate along with these kids, really, really helps also. So it helps to have somebody that has gone through all that.
Okay. So question number 2. What have been the most important experiences in preparing you for your career?
Wow, that's close to the first question, I think. Obviously going through classes, because being a coach or being a player, doesn't directly relate to you being a good PE teacher.
Yeah.
So going through the schooling, going through, how to do lesson plans, how to organize your time, knowing, obviously, through the kinesiology program, knowing your body and knowing the muscles of your body and being an expert in that, so when you relate that type of thing to your students, they're able to, it's believable.
Yeah.
This guy's credible. He's got a lot of insight. So I think the schooling and how they prepare you helps with getting involved into physical education, teaching. Really helps you out.
Okay, thank you. And for one of our important questions is, what qualities do you look for when you hire a person in your career field?
Well, I think you got to be outgoing. You got to be energetic. You got to be, a person that nutrition. I forgot about nutrition. These kids eat so bad now. So somebody that is an expert on nutrition, that has not the right body type, might be the wrong question, because there's all kinds of body types that people are eating correctly and exercising. So being on top of that, understanding like I said, being energetic, being an outgoing person, being someone that's going to get involved. I think it helps also for someone that's got some experience in athletics, with the structure that gives you in any sport. I don't care what sport it is. And usually, I would say, most of them, at the high school level, most PE teachers are coaches on campus also, whether they're a head coach or an assistant coach. I think back in the day, that was a given. When I went to school, all of my PE teachers were coaches or assistants and did multiple sports, and so they were good role models for kids, and so I think that's important, to have that type of person that is going to be versatile and not just do PE and then go home, but teach PE and then coach somewhere else. Now, I know they don't have that at the middle school or if you're in elementary, but I think the background of that can't hurt, and it can only help. So somebody that, like I said, somebody that can play that part.
Do you find the need to make a good relationship with the kids, or do you want to be a coach, or would you rather be like a friend coach?
I tell you what, I went in with my first couple years, because how competitive I was and how competitive I am, and in my PE classes, when you maybe don't see that, and I would get not angry, but man, I would get fired up because you see kids, not putting forth the great effort, or maybe they're not very good at a skill and you've been working on, and then you kind of back away and you go, these kids they're not playing a sport. If they were athletic, or if they were very good at something, they'd be playing a sport. And I'm talking at the high school level.
Yeah.
So just to kind of back down, I think it's important that, we have 52 kids in a class. And we have an opportunity to where while they're stretching or while we're taking roll, to go up and down the lines and, hey, how you doing, and build a relationship with them. I think now that's one thing that I've done. I'm more of the relationship, make it fun for them. You know, they're out here for, you know, basically after they change, and we go out to our numbers and we do, you know, they got 25 minutes, you know, 30 minutes sometimes to go out and play. And so I try and get that out of them to play and laugh and have fun and mix up games. You know, I stay away from the football and the soccer and all these sports, and more, you know, frisbee golf, ultimate frisbee, volley tennis, and do things that are interactive and to do things that are fun for them. And they're exercising and not even knowing it, you know. So that's kind of my approach. You know, I know how, you know, the old school teacher was, you know, bam, you know, 163 a day, you know, a year, and every period was regimented and boom, boom, boom. And I kind of break that up. I kind of feel that works better for me. Fits my personality better. To be one that, hey, let's go out, let's have fun, let's learn about the game we're playing, learn about your body, run the mile, get better in running the mile, you know, and I feel it's a better fit for myself.
Okay, nice, thank you. So now is the part of the mock interview. So here's my resume for you. So if I have some questions to ask you. So if I was looking to be hired here, what 1 to 2 questions would you ask?
One, I'd want to know your background on kinesiology and the major itself, and you know, how you would be able to relate that to the kids in your class. You know, something that would obviously be a question I think would be, you know, would be one of my number 1 questions.
Okay. And so this is my resume and my cover letter. So would you let me answer those questions and then give me feedback on how I should answer them better, or if there's any other things I should mention?
Sure.
Okay, so the reason why my background with kinesiology would be this year, this is my 3rd year with an interest in kinesiology, so that's my major. I started out at Cal State San Bernardino, then transferred to RCC, and now I'm at CBU. Thankful for that. But the reason why I want to do kinesiology is because I want to persuade and kind of get attached to these students and kind of push them to want to be active, you know, because like you said, kids aren't eating as good and not exercising as much. Many kids are on their phones or just at home or just, you know, hanging out with friends and not being active. So I simply just want to do my part at school, because I know I'm not going to see them on the outside unless I'm going to, because I do want to coach as well. But I just want to persuade them to be active, eat right, and just live life to the fullest, like in that way, because I know that in the long run it's going to help them, and it's going to help them in the short while, because you never know what you're eating. If you want to know what you're eating, you want to know the nutrition side and the mental side, what it does to your brain, what it does to your full body. And that's what I want to do, and also one of the main reasons why I want to do PE teaching is so I can be in a community. I love school. I love, you know, the college level is hard, but the high school level of the students is just, I love the personalities of all the students. That's what I want to be a part of, and just I want to, like you said, like have a relationship, be energetic, active, and I want them to come to PE class knowing, oh, I'm gonna have fun today, and just, you know, do that.
Yeah. No, I think that's, you know, that would be, and I think it fits your personality, AJ. I think, you know, I've known you for you know, 6-7 years now, and you know, I think that fits who you are, and I think that's probably something that you got to that's very important too. Is, you know, you're going to do something that fits your personality and those things that you just mentioned, you know, would fit your personality.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Absolutely.